In the depths of the ocean, untold stories unfold.
Turtles and crabs struggling to survive, weighed down by barnacles. Yet, there is always hope heroes who step in and change their fate. Here are some of those powerful moments. Look at all the barnacles stuck on this big mama. Even the huge ones. They're covering her from top to bottom, on her back, on her claws, and even dangerously close to her mouth. She desperately needs to shed her shell to be able to live normally again. Today, they're going to help her out and see what they can do to make things easier. She looks almost like she's saying, "What is happening to me?" She's a little mean, snapping her claws. But in truth, she's just scared. And they only want to lend her a helping hand.
See here! The barnacles have even grown into the very place where she eats.
Imagine how hard it must be for her to get food with her mouth almost blocked. Those strong claws are what she uses to crush and pinch, but the actual feeding area beneath them is almost sealed off. And even inside her mouth, there are barnacles growing. That makes eating nearly impossible. Now, watch as she's dropping her eggs. Only a few remain left to hatch. You can clearly see the fine hairs where the eggs are attached. Some are already hatching out. Proof that life keeps going on despite her struggle. A fisherman had once given her a V-notch on her shell, marking her when she was full of eggs to protect her and ensure her offspring would survive. Welcome to the cloth ball! Just kidding. Here's another one, completely covered in barnacles. They're not going to break a tooth trying to get them off, but they will clean her up properly. Look at these such big barnacles. And in some parts of the world, barnacles are even considered a delicacy. Fun fact, their reproductive organs are 8 times the size of their body. Once they finish cleaning her, she looks much clearer. She doesn't have any eggs left, but you can tell she just dropped them. From her features, they know she's a female capable of breeding. To protect her, they're giving her their signature Barnacle, placed on the second flipper on the right side. This mark has become their signature. Whenever someone finds it, they know she was protected. One person even messaged them saying they caught a crab with one of their Barnacles, nearly 100 miles away. That shows how far these creatures travel, carrying the mark of protection with them. Now, here she goes, diving back down to the bottom, cleaned, marked, and ready to continue her journey. Just look at the size of those barnacles stuck on this crab. If these were on a lobster, they'd definitely cleaned them all off. But since it's just a nuisance crab, someone might think, just toss him back and wish him well. No, just kidding. At the claw paw, they don't discriminate. If an animal needs help, they'll get it. These barnacles are huge and really tough. As they try to pull them off, the crab keeps snapping and trying to bite. Ow! It actually hurts. But even though he's mean and aggressive, they keep working to help him. He's a flexible little guy, twisting and moving around, making it even harder. One barnacle finally pops off, but the rest are still stuck hard. These barnacles are rough. You can even hear the sound when they come off. The crab is trying so hard to bite, but they're determined not to give up. Have you ever wondered what those things attached to whales are? They are actually living creatures called barnacles. They attach themselves to a whale's body to find a stable place to live, enjoy a free ride, and gain access to plenty of food. Barnacles on whales can actually benefit them in some ways. Firstly, they can act as a kind of camouflage, helping whales blend into their ocean environment and potentially deterring predators. Secondly, the presence of barnacles often indicates a healthy whale, since barnacles choose hosts that travel great distances, ensuring they have access to food and opportunities to breed. Barnacles aren't true parasites. They don't feed on the whale or harm it directly. Instead, they form a symbiotic relationship, often considered harmless. However, when too many barnacles cling to a whale, they can cause skin irritation and increased drag while swimming, reducing the whale's energy efficiency. In the vast, endless ocean, a heartbreaking scene unfolded. A sea turtle, weighed down by barnacles, struggled for every breath, every movement. Her shell was covered completely, the weight pressing down like a mountain. Each stroke was a battle, each breath a victory. Then, out of nowhere, hope appeared. A young man approached. He wasn't a scientist, not a conservationist seeking fame or money. He was simply a human being with compassion, who recognized that this turtle deserved another chance at life.
As he drew closer, the turtle resisted weakly, as if pleading silently for help.
The first barnacle he removed came off with a harsh sound like a cry of release. With each one scraped away, the burden lightened, and it was as if her soul was returning. Her movements grew a little freer, her breathing a little easier. But the fight wasn't over. After long minutes of work on her shell, he realized the barnacles had also invaded her belly. There, the pressure was crushing her, like a debt she could never repay. Still, he refused to give up. With careful hands, he cleaned every inch, scraping away the stubborn barnacles, brushing off algae until her body gleamed clean and free. Barnacles are relentless creatures. Hermaphrodites by nature, they can reproduce rapidly once attached, turning their host into a prison. Even the giants of the sea, whales, are not safe, though they can slap the water or scrape against rocks to shed some of them. This turtle had no such chance. At last, after immense effort, he removed the final barnacle. Then, with a gentle brush, he cleaned her belly, almost as if apologizing for the pain. Slowly, her eyes brightened. She could breathe freely. She could move again. It was a moment of rebirth. Those who watched felt relief, even joy, seeing a creature once doomed to suffocation given a new beginning. Gracefully, the turtle began to swim away. Her flippers moved with renewed strength, carrying her deeper into the blue abyss. She didn't look back. She disappeared into the depths, free once more, ready to live on for perhaps hundreds of years. This wasn't just a rescue. It was a reminder. Sometimes, the simplest act of kindness can change an entire destiny. It was a sad sight, a sea turtle covered in barnacles, struggling to swim among busy boat traffic.
Her eyes looked tired, yet full of hope.
Tests showed she was severely anemic, so they started treatment right away. For weeks, they cared for her, watching her slowly recover. Soon, her personality returned. She opened her mouth for food and ate eagerly. After 92 days, she became a completely different turtle, strong, swimming well, and ready for the ocean. On release day, she crawled straight to the sea, never looking back. It was a powerful reminder that all 7 species of sea turtles are endangered, and saving just one can mean hope for the ocean.